everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and tonight I am going to divide this kaleidoscope Mangave and plant some in the feed tank behind me as a winter hardiness test. Now, I've always been really cautious about planting Mangaves outside for year-round because I tend to think they would die not only from the cold but also from the extreme moisture that I experience here on this property in central North Carolina Zone 7. But I've been struggling to keep this feed tank watered well enough and figured this is the perfect opportunity for me to put in a drought tolerant plant, and we'll be able to see, you know, next year if it comes through the winter. That's a great lesson for all of us to have. So stick with me as I literally wrangle this pot and get it divided up and replanted. Well, I've got the original replanted in this container that will go back to the fire pit area. And then I have a whole bunch of small pups, and some have better roots than others, but I think this is really kind of all you need to be able to transplant in. And so I'm basically going to put, I don't know, as many as I can fit in that feed tank. And then any small ones, I might go ahead and just pot in small containers. That way I can give them to friends and, you know, people who stay at the Airbnb if they're interested in plants. You know, spread the plants around as one does. So the process for planting will be really simple. Just dig a hole and stick it in. Now for dividing, it became immediately apparent that I needed to use the hori hori, which is this great kind of soil knife. I did actually cut a couple off and they don't have root systems, so I'm just going to compost these. But for the most part, even the ones that are really small, they still have a root on them, and I know from experience that these will root in, so it's not a lost cause at all. All right, I'm going to get this tank planted, call it done for the season. Well, as you can see, I planted a lot in here. And again, my aim is to leave them for the winter. I have the original potted that I will bring into the shed, so I have a backup. I think that this instantly looks so much more interesting, and especially once they get settled and start growing, I think it's going to be a really pretty dynamic display. I do have blackberries in here that are like they're so reliably hardy. I had this with blueberries, and that's actually why the soil drains so well, because it's full of ground-aged pine bark. But honestly, I just couldn't keep it watered enough for the blueberries, so I yanked them out. They looked horrible. I don't even know that they will survive, but I think Mangave are a better option. And now I'm just gonna pot these little babies. You see they just have tiny roots. So I'm just putting them in a 1 quart pot. I'm of course using soil cube because that is the soil I have. And I'll stash these in the greenhouse, and I have done this before, so I know these will work. And it's a great little gift to be able to share with people. And just to show you the rest of the Mangaves real quick, you can see these are 2 that I potted probably 6 weeks ago. And there in the middle is the one I just repotted. And here is the same one, kaleidoscope. And back here, I am so in love with this. I love this combination. I don't remember all their names. I do have their tags tucked in. I know this one is Lavender Lady, and that maybe is Spotty Dotty. I don't know. I think this was Silver Fox. But I think they've grown quite a bit since planting them, and I just can't get enough of this background. The bananas, the asparagus, the broccoli, and then the Mangaves. Well, I hope you'll be inspired to include Mangave in your collection, and go ahead and divide them when you see that they are starting to pup vigorously, because then you'll have that many more to get to enjoy. And be sure to subscribe to the Bree the Plant Lady YouTube channel for more practical gardening advice. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.